the dark side of human nature, why people hide who they really are. Every human being has a version of themselves they show to the world, the version they want others to see, the version that is accepted, the version that receives approval. But behind that image exists another side, the thoughts they don't share, the emotions they suppress, the desires they hide, the fears they pretend they don't have. Because humans are not just what they show, they are also what they conceal. And this hidden side is one of the most uncomfortable parts of human nature. From a young age, people learn how to create a mask. A child learns what behaviors receive love. A teenager learns what traits receive acceptance. An adult learns what parts of themselves are safe to reveal. Slowly, people begin separating who they are from who they believe they need to be. They smile when they are unhappy. They say they are fine when they are struggling. They pretend they do not care when they desperately want approval. They hide their weaknesses because they fear those weaknesses will be used against them. The strange thing is that almost everyone is doing this. Millions of people walk through life surrounded by others while feeling like nobody truly knows them, because being truly seen requires vulnerability, and vulnerability requires risk. The risk of rejection, the risk of judgment, the risk that someone will discover the parts of yourself you are trying to hide. This is why humans often create a carefully designed identity. A person may build an image of being successful because they are afraid of feeling insignificant. A person may act confident because they are afraid of being seen as weak. A person may seek constant attention because they are afraid of being forgotten. Sometimes the personality people show the world is not a reflection of who they are. It is a defense mechanism, a shield, a way to survive. But there is a darker side to wearing a mask for too long. Eventually, people can forget where the mask ends and where they begin. They become trapped trying to maintain an image that was never truly them. They chase approval from people who only know a version of them. They achieve goals they never actually wanted. They live according to expectations created by others. And one day, they realize they spent years becoming someone they thought they were supposed to be. Another uncomfortable truth about human nature is that people often hide not only their pain, but also their darker impulses. Everyone experiences emotions they would rather not admit: jealousy, anger, envy, resentment, the desire to be noticed, the desire to be superior. These feelings are part of being human, but society teaches people that certain emotions are unacceptable. So instead of understanding them, people bury them. And what is buried does not always disappear. Sometimes it appears in different ways. A person who refuses to acknowledge their jealousy may become bitter. A person who refuses to acknowledge their insecurity may become arrogant. A person who refuses to acknowledge their anger may hurt others without understanding why. The parts of ourselves we refuse to examine often gain more control over us. This is why self awareness is uncomfortable, because looking inside yourself means confronting things you may not like. It means accepting that you are capable of mistakes, that you have contradictions, that you are not always the hero of every story. Humans naturally want to see themselves as good people, but being a good person does not mean pretending you have no darkness. It means recognizing your darkness and choosing what to do with it. The people most dangerous to themselves and others are often not those who acknowledge their flaws. They are those who believe they have none. Because when someone cannot see their own weaknesses, they cannot change them. The human mind is complicated. We want to be understood, but we fear being exposed. We want connection, but we fear vulnerability. We want freedom, but we often create our own prisons. The mask protects us, but it can also isolate us. Because the deeper question is not, who are you when everyone is watching? The deeper question is, who are you when nobody is there to judge you? That is where the real self exists, not in the image you create, not in the approval you receive, but in the parts of yourself you are brave enough to confront.